Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I just want to preface with saying that I'm not always concerned with the virality of a product, but sometimes the sales section really has some gems. So today I have a full face of drugstore goodies, some of them that I found on the sales rack and some other ones that I just found a little bit interesting or had like a new sticker on it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get this all on our face. So the first product we have here is from Catrice and it is the transparent brow gel mascara, so clear and fix. Drugstore brow gels are not always the best. I find that they don't hold my brows as steady as more high-end products. I'm going to try this. I did in, I think it was my last video or the video before that, where I tried the sun-kissed one, and that one is great and still I'm using it every single day. I'm excited to see what this does. Oh, it has an interesting spoolie. This is what I like in a mascara, but I don't know about a brow gel. It is very watery though. I don't have high hopes for this. So I've already filled in my brows and I'm just going to brush this through. I don't know if this is new, but I literally haven't seen it. And I basically go to my local drugstores like once a week just to see if there's anything new in. They look quite nice. But let's wait for them to dry down slightly and I will show you what that looks like and if they fell. So just pay attention to what they look like now. Next, I'm not sure if this is new, but I swear I saw a new sticker next to it. So I've seen most of Essence's primers, but like I said, I haven't seen this one, and it's called All About the Blur, and it's supposed to be an even skin balm that erases fine lines and pores, and it's non-comedogenic. That's what it looks like. I did test it on the back of my hand and it made my hand feel so smooth without being silicone-y. I'm very, very excited for this. It also says 4 out of 5 confirm immediate smoothing effect. We'll be the judge of that. It's got like a almost moisturizer texture. Let's just pop this on. I took too much. On one side of my face. I also do like the smell. It smells like skincare. You can actually see a difference. Let me zoom you in. So this is the side with and the side without. I don't know if it's just because it's taken away the shine, but I definitely can see a slight blur with my pores over there. I really like that, and honestly on my hand it dried down really nicely. So I'm just going to use some on the other side. Again, definitely can see the blur. Look at the pores on my forehead compared to. Really like this. I don't usually like blurring primers because they are pretty silicone-y, but this looks really nice. Very impressed with this so far. I think I'm just going to leave you guys zoomed in as well. Next, I got another one of these juicy bombs from Essence. This one is in the shade Proud Papaya, so it's just a different scent. It again does, I don't know if you can see, but it does have like a shimmer through it. Just going to apply this for lip prep. I don't know about the scent, don't love it. I really like this formula because it's super thin and not sticky at all. So it feels almost like a lip oil, not a lip gloss in my opinion, but yeah, it's called a shiny lip gloss. So for foundation, I thought I had completely written off Smudge Cosmetics because the last video I did on them, it actually got quite a few views. It wasn't great. They didn't do the best first impression on me. I find their products just really cheap. They smell like talcum, especially the eyeshadow had like little to no pigment. The powders just clung to patches, but I thought I'd give them another shot because I saw a couple of interesting things. So we have a couple of smudge products in here, so fingers crossed. The first thing I got was a foundation, and it's the matte finish foundation stick with SPF 15. Looks like that. I definitely got the wrong shade. I got the shade Caramel, but I was really excited because I've never actually tried a stick foundation, so I was very, very curious. But definitely the shade is going to be wrong, but maybe we can fix that up with some concealer. So I'm just going to do one side of the face again. I'm just going to swipe some on. First impressions, obviously it's orange, don't mind that. It is quite thick and it's not moving. It's like you have to kind of pull and tug on your skin just to get some pigment out. I'm going to use a flat foundation brush and try and blend this out. This shade is so wrong. It's not moving anywhere. I tried to like hold it between my legs to just warm it up, but that doesn't seem to be helping. Let me try and take some from the stick itself. looks patchy, and especially because the shade is incorrect, I think it's showing more of the imperfections. It also does smell like talc. Now I look sunburned. Try again. I think it's just too thick. It's like not very smooth at all. It's like putty in a stick. That's what it's looking like on one side. I think I just wasted my money. Definitely don't like that. I don't know what to do on the other side. Should we just, I'm gonna swipe it on my face and then try and blend that out with a sponge. Maybe the moisture of the sponge will be able to move this around better. Just put a lot there. Honestly, I look sunburned. Yeah, it's literally not moving. That's not the point of having a stick foundation. Can you see how patchy it is? You should try to just put some more here. That looks terrible. I don't know why I'm still going, but kind of just want to fix it. I'm not sure if it's because it's a matte stick that it's just like kind of sitting in my pores and looking really, really dry. But the effect is not drying at all. It doesn't really look matte. Can you see there's like a spot missing here and I just swiped it across there? No. I had such high hopes. Now I'm disappointed. Hopefully we can fix this up with some concealer. Before we go, I don't even know if this is gonna work now because obviously my foundation is really, really dark. So I got the Baby Got Blush stick from Essence. Finally, they had some stock. They're always out of stock of this, but this is the only shade they had, which is like a baby pink. I'm not entirely sure if it will show up on my skin, but maybe I could use this like as a cream contour, because it's really gross. This smells absolutely delicious, like watermelon. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a small, slightly dense brush. I don't know what that was. I'm just gonna put some, yeah, this is not going to work, but I just wanna try it out anyway. Okay, it doesn't blend into nothing, which is great, but it's not the best for my skin tone. Definitely meant for people with lighter skin tones, but you can see it and it is pretty cute. I really, really like the smell. The formula is not bad either. That looks cute. I think if my foundation matched my face a bit more, look at the contrast. If my foundation matched my skin more, I think this would show up a little better, but it's not looking great right now. Let me just readjust my clips. Luckily, we got another blush. So I got another one of these blush affairs by Catrice. I just was interested to see what the other colors were like, because I think the other one I got was like Orange Fizz, and then this one is Ready Red Go, and I love a red blush. I'm gonna take some of this. We already know the formula. I just want to know the color. This is not really red either. It's more of like a mauvey pink color. So I'm just gonna take the same brush. See, it's more like a mauvey neutral pink. The formula is really runny though, and I'm going to put that, oh, that is a lot. I was going to say I'm just putting it towards the back of the cheeks. We are still going to go in with some concealer, so hopefully we can clean this up, but that's very pigmented. I almost like this color better than the previous one. And I still have a lot here. A little bit goes a long way. The formula, like I said, is really wet, so do be careful with that, especially if you're in a beginner with makeup. You can go overboard if you don't know how to correct it, but I guess you could just start over and learn from your mistakes. The last cream product we have is a concealer. I've wanted to try this for so long, but I don't know, I just find it really, really expensive, especially because it's been around for a long time, and with Essence being so affordable, I lean towards that. But this is the Catrice True Skin High Coverage Concealer. I don't know why I turned into a robot there. It was on sale for like 99 Rand 95, which is still pretty expensive, where you can get a brand new one from Essence for like 80 Rand. I thought this was the perfect time to try this. Finally, I know it's been out for a really long time, actually sealed as well, but it's been out for a really long time, so I know people don't really care about it, but I am really curious. But because it was in a sales rack as well, weren't a lot of shade options, so I took the one that I thought would best suit me, and I got Neutral Biscuit, which is definitely going to be too light. The foundation is so dark, so I'm actually just going to put it in a few more places than usual. I don't know how quickly this dries down, but yet I'm putting it all over my face. And just taking my sponge. Should I put some on the chin as well? Yeah. I do like the doe foot. It actually holds quite a bit of product, so that's really nice. But I'm desperate to see the coverage and the finish. It does also have hyaluronic acid and is waterproof, so that might be wedding friendly. But what was I saying? I just want to see the finish, how it looks on my skin, because Concealers, especially full coverage concealers, can look really dry and cakey on me. I love how all this real estate on my cheek is just blush instead of having any bronzer. Okay, so far it's blending out really nicely. It's helping to lighten up this foundation. It's clinging, but I'm not sure if it's clinging to my dryness or the foundation. We'll see what it looks like under the eyes. That will be the true test. So I'm just gonna use a brush under the eyes just to blend it out, and then I'll further blend it with the sponge after, just because I like the way that looks better and it spreads the concealer a bit further without being too cakey. That is really brightening. Putting some on the top of the eyelids as well, just for eyeshadow primer. And then I go ahead and I take my sponge and I just further blend this all out. And you get a nice little ombre with the blush. I think I lightened my face up too much. Maybe just a tad. But we'll add some bronzer in a bit. Upon first application, I do like the concealer under my eyes. We all know I have creasy, problematic under eyes, but just on first glance, it doesn't look as bad as some concealers can look. Even I used to love the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, but that also just falls straight into my creases and looks a bit dry and cakey, but this doesn't look too dry, so I really like that. I do feel like I went a little bit ham and I lightened my face up a little bit too much, but we'll correct that with bronzer. But as for the concealer, so far I really like it, but I'd love to test the longevity and see how it holds up under powder. I'm going to jump off camera and just powder my face, and then we'll come back and try the rest of the products in my basket. So just an update on the eyebrows. They have already fallen, so I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit more in. It's not like a strong hold, but I guess if you just kind of, you don't want, like me, need to like fully shape your eyebrows and you just kind of want to brush something through, I think that will be good for that. But for me, I have really fine brows, so I like the soap brow effect, so I like them kind of spiky and to stay up in place. But if you just want something quick to throw through your brows, I think this is good. It's not crunchy, it's not crispy, but it's like a basic eyebrow gel. Not my favorite, like I said, because I like something stickier, soap brow-y, but that's all right if you, like I said, just if you have nice eyebrows and nice shaped eyebrows already and can just brush through it, I think that would be great for it. So moving on to bronzer, I have another smudge product. So this is the Smudge Natural Bronzing Powder. They don't have any shades. It's only one that they have, like colorways. I'm not sure. Maybe it was just my store, but I can't even find any type of shade on here. So this is like a trio. So there's 2 highlighters and a bronzer. So I guess if you mix all of them together, it'll give you a glowy bronzer. I am just going to take a nice fluffy brush. I think I'm just going to try all. Might give us a Tin Man look. It doesn't actually smell like talc, surprisingly. And I'm just going to straight orange, doing what it's meant to do, I guess. But that shade is not great. I do actually like the finish. I usually don't like very shimmery bronzers, but that's not bad. It's just the tone that is like straight orange. It doesn't have like a load of pigment either, which could be good, could be bad, depending on how you like your products and your personal preference. But for me, it's not pigmented enough, but it does give a nice sun-kissed glow. I wish they had a better shade range, but it's such a small brand and it's so affordable. Well, not so affordable, but it's about on par with Essence, I'd say, but it needs a lot of work. It's not a great product. Again, not a great brand, but yeah. Moving on to blush, I got another Essence product. I think this one is new. It also had a new sign, and that's what it looks like. It looks like it has a swatch in it, which is the problem with Essence products not being sealed. This one is in the shade Cool Berry, which I thought would go really well with this. So I thought that would be a nice combo, and I'm excited to try it. I didn't like Essence, the blush. Everybody loved that, but I just thought it was lacking a bit of pigment. So I'm gonna take a nice fluffy brush, a nice fluffy brush. It's coming off quite a bit. It's just tapping some of the excess off, and we'll just, oh, I actually really like that shade. I'm not really into pinky blushes these days. I'm back into like the orange peachy blush, but that looks very cute. Oh, I forgot to my brush off. So this is much more pigmented, and I think they listen to everybody's opinion on this. So that is a very, very cute. Blush is the first thing to fade from my face, so I definitely like a little bit more pigment. I don't mind sitting blending it out for a bit, because if you want a non-pigmented blush, buy a non-pigmented blush, but if you want a pigmented one, this is amazing. It's very smoothing, has a slight sheen to it. I'm not sure actually if that's from the bronzer or if it's from the blush, but it looks like there's a sheen to the blush as well, which is very, very cute. Love that. So happy. I'm building my own kit, so maybe I'll buy a few more of these. The shade range is not great. I think the darker shade is more of like a skin tone, like my skin tone, so it's like a neutral blush, but it's not extensive like the rest of the blushes. But I really like this. The shade is very cute, especially on my medium skin tone. So let's move on to eyes, and this is also another old product that I found in the sales rack, and I just really wanted to try it out again. I do have one other of these palettes, but I thought I wanted to try some more because it's very exciting, and I got these little 6 pans. The orange one is called Bronze This Way, and the blue one is called Ice Ice Baby, and as you can see they were 87 Rand 95. That's why I never actually bought it, because I feel like it's a little bit expensive for only 6 pounds. I don't know which one I want to try today. That's what the blue one, if you don't know, I'm sure everybody knows what this looks like. It's one of the best formulas I've tried from Essence personally. I think I'm going to go with this one just because I think it will suit the blush as well as the lipstick that we'll be trying today. So let's go with Bronze This Way. Very excited to see the Ice Ice Baby. I might do that in a short if you want to see that. It is sealed, which is absolutely amazing. I like that it has the 3 mattes and 3 shimmers, and it's like a light, medium and dark tone, which again is amazing. Okay, so let's go ahead and use the lighter shade, and that we're gonna just do like upper crease towards the brow, just using a very fluffy brush. Oh, it's got a mirror in there as well, which is amazing. Okay, I'm just going to swatch the other 2 mattes just to see which shade is deeper. That's what they look like. So I'm going to use this through the crease and then that on the outer corner. Just taking the same brush, and I'm going to dip into this orange shade here. It's almost like a burnt orange. Oh, that's pigmented. Then switch into another brush. I'm just going to go into the other matte brown. I don't know if it's dark enough to like give some depth, but hopefully it's all right. It's a nice mid-tone, but it's not as chocolatey brown as I would have liked, but we can build it up. So I'm again going to use all 3 shimmers. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, we're going to go from middle eye. We'll do the bronze and then the orange and then the gold in the inner section. So going in with the bronze. I'm not going to spray it at first just to see what kind of pigment we get. No, it definitely needs to be sprayed. So you kind of have to dig your brush into it. I'm not going to lie. Grabbing a setting spray. That works a lot better with the setting spray. So just in case you are going to buy these or do have them and they're not working the best for you, just spray it with some setting spray. Then just flipping my brush over, I'm going to go in with this sort of burnt orange shade over here, and that we're going to pop right next to the bronze. Ooh, that's a really nice shade, and you can actually see you can actually distinguish the 2 shades from each other. They don't look similar in any way. Then lastly, just grabbing another flat brush, I'm going to go in with the gold, and that will put in the inner part of the eye. That's a really nice gold as well. It's not too yellow, it's like almost neutral. Worked really nicely. I think it's a very easy palette to use. It's not too complicated, nothing crazy, and I think that even a beginner could figure out how to do something great with it. I would definitely recommend. I don't know if they make them anymore. I've seen a lot on the sales rack, but then I've seen some of like the content creators that I follow in the States that still show them on their feed, so it must still be around. But I think because our display and selection is so small in South Africa that they kind of just need to rotate in and out products because it's a tiny display. So if you can get your hands on it, I would 100% recommend it. It's really, really good, and I can't wait to use the blue one. But I'm just going to pop some eyeliner on my eyes and then I'll come back. So just looking at my face in the mirror, it does look really dry and crusty, and I completely attribute it to this foundation. It's really bad, really thick. Don't waste your money. I know it's interesting, and I like to try these type of products because they're affordable, and if they're good, I want to let you guys know, but if they're bad, I really want to let you know, because even at 90 Rand, that's a waste of money. You could buy an Essence foundation for cheaper and it will probably last much better on your skin and make it look better. So I've tried to just kind of fix it. My skin still doesn't look great. Maybe when my natural oils come through, it might change, but so far I'm not impressed with the way that performed, which I don't know why I didn't see coming, but I thought I'd just try it out. So next we're going to use some mascara, and I did get a new one. I've seen this before, but I didn't ever buy it. And now I'm just on a hunt for a really good waterproof mascara because I have very leaky eyes and it's just not working for me anymore. Even yesterday I was wearing the one I got from Umoma by Sharon C, and unfortunately it was just flaking all over my face, which I absolutely hate. So this is the Essence Double Trouble mascara, and it's waterproof, so it looks like that. So I'm very excited to try it. Oh, it has a very interesting fat applicator. I guess you're supposed to use the big side or the small side to apply product to the lashes, and then the big side to brush through. So I'm gonna try that. Oh, already I'm loving that. I really like that. That's one coat. It looks really fluffy, so I'm going to add a second coat. It doesn't feel like a mascara that would get too clumpy as well, but it makes them look really fluffy. Why have I never heard anyone talk about this? Love it. We'll see if it's waterproof, but so far I think it looks great. So I just need to go, well, I'm just going to put on a little bit of lip liner, and then we'll go ahead and try the lipstick, which is the last product for today. And then the last product is again a smudge product. Hopefully this one works. They can't really go wrong, but this is the Smudge Lip Crayon, and it is in the shade Masked Queen, which is a really deep red. So I swatched it at the shop and it didn't look bad at all. So I have high hopes for this one. I find that it's not like fully opaque though, but also my lips are super crusty because I was just getting over a cold. I find like some places it's not like fully opaque, but it does give a nice effect. I think it's the color that's throwing me off. It's not as like vibrant as I thought it would be. If you layer it up on your lips, obviously it does get darker. It's clinging to a lot of my like dry skin. I'm not entirely sure. I'll get back to you on that one. Okay, well that brings us to the end of today's video. There was a lot of hits and a lot of shit. Let me just get my thoughts together. What did I like? So let's just go through a few of the products that I really enjoyed today, and then I'll end off with the bad ones, which are going to be really obvious. So starting with off with the Juicy Balm. Really love these. Would recommend. It's 27 Rand, really affordable, and it gives you such a nice feeling, like silky feeling on your lips, and it's not sticky. It doesn't even feel like a lip gloss. It isn't like very high shine. For someone who doesn't like gloss, I think it's a really good option just to like get into there or just top your lipstick off with. Then the All About the Blur primer. I can't wait to try it with other foundations, but even on its own I think it looks really nice on the skin. It does have a balmy texture, it smells really good, and it does actually blur. I would 100% recommend that. It's really good if you need a blur like I do. Then the blushes, I really liked both of them. This one is too light for my skin tone, but you could still see it on the skin. It spread nicely or blended nicely, and it looked really cute, and I could possibly use it like for my makeup kit if like I did makeup on a friend or something. But this blush affair I really did like more than the previous one I tried. The color I guess was different, and this shade just went perfectly with the next product. So really love this, would recommend. They're a little bit pricier, they're like 90 Rand, but you don't have to get all of them. Just get one shade that you really like, swatch it in the shop. And then this Essence Blush Crush, really cute, really liked it, really pigmented, a slight sheen in it, and I think it looks gorgeous on the skin, so definitely would recommend that. These eyeshadow palettes I liked. I can't remember what it was called, but I had the green one, like the green and gold, and that was really, it's in the UK now, but it's really gorgeous, and I think these work really well, and it's really user friendly, so definitely would recommend. And then second lastly, the concealer. I did like it upon first application. Of course it has creased, all concealers crease on me. It's not exactly the right shade, but I think I'm going to try it with a different foundation and see how that looks, because it might match my skin better when my skin isn't literally orange. Would recommend that, I'm sure you know already. And then lastly, the mascara. Really love the effect that it gives. It's so fluffy, so it almost looks like false lashes, but yeah, I really love this, and we'll see if it holds. I'll leave a pinned comment if it did. I just don't want it flaking anywhere, so yeah, love that. So the products that I didn't really like and I probably wouldn't recommend is, of course, the foundation. Really bad, really patchy, really dry, really stiff, all the bad things. There's nothing good I could say about it. It's really bad. Don't even try it. It's literally a gimmick product. Then the smudge bronzer. As much as I like the glow, the tones are just so wrong, and I just feel like there's better out there. I mean, Essence sells like a huge bronzer like this for about 60 Rand, which is the same cost as this. So again, a little bit of a gimmick. I don't think it's a great product, so I wouldn't recommend. The lipstick, I said give me a minute to think about it, and I just think it's too sheeny. I don't know, it's just really thin. It's migrating, even though I'm not really rubbing my lips together. Like, it's already bled into the pencil, and I just feel like the formula is not great. It would have been better in like a matte formula, I think, or more like satin matte, but I just feel like it's too, and it's really thin. So not my favorite. I'm making excuses, I didn't like it. And lastly, the brow gel. Unfortunately, it just doesn't hold enough for what I like, but like I said, if you have already good brows, don't have to put much product in, this would be great for you, but for me and my brow needs, not great. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it was informative. Please let me know if there's anything else you would like me to try, and I'll definitely try my best. But with all that being said, see you all next week. Bye guys.